Good afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to view the third edition of the Palm Pointe Classroom Companion Series. This installment will focus on our school counseling department, social emotional learning, and how you can support your child at home. Hello, I'm Tiffany Raleigh, grade 7 and 8 school counselor. I have my education specialist degree in school counseling. This is my 8th year as a school counselor and my 4th year at Palm Pointe. I'm a mother to 2 girls. In my free time, I enjoy spending time with family and friends and crafting. If you need to reach one of Palm Pointe school counselors, please see the grade-specific counselor slide or slide at the conclusion of the presentation for contact information.
Hi, I'm Rachel Sparks, the new 5th and 6th grade school counselor. For the last 5 years, I've taught 4th grade at Palm Pointe. This year, I've transitioned into the counselor role, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm currently finishing up my master's degree, but in my free time, I like spending time with my family and friends, watching football, and going to Disney.
I'm Melissa Hamblin, school counselor for 3rd and 4th grades. I joined Palm Pointe this year and have worked as a school counselor in St. Lucie County for many years. I hold a master's in education specializing in school counseling and a Florida teacher's certificate in school counseling pre-K through 12. I am also a certified youth mental health first aid instructor, and my passions are mental health and student success. My 3 kids keep me busy, and in my free time, I love spending time with my children, family, and friends, listening to 90s alternative and grunge, reading, laughing, or drinking hot tea with honey.
Hello, my name is Kristen Moscow, and I am so excited to be the kindergarten to 2nd grade school counselor here at Palm Pointe. I have been a counselor for over 10 years, and each new year, I always learn something new. I am so lucky that I get to assist the K-2 world in transitioning into the school setting for the first time, as well as navigating all of the firsts that come along with it. We are so lucky to have such a wonderful team of teachers, administrators, and families to work with, and I am so excited for the amazing year ahead.
Hi, my name is Laura Percy. As a school-based mental health counselor, I meet with students from kindergarten to the 8th grade. I work closely with the guidance department and get the referrals for my students from the guidance counselors. If students are identified as needing counseling services, they are initially referred to their grade level guidance counselor, who will meet with the students individually or in a group setting for a total of 6 to 8 weeks. After this period of time, if the students are still in need of counseling services, they will be referred to me. I contact the parents to discuss my services and answer any questions they may have. I do need a signed consent from a parent or guardian in order to meet with any student, but once signed, the consent remains in effect for the remainder of the school year. All of my services are individualized based on student need. I utilize cognitive behavioral therapy and solution-focused therapy interventions. If a student requires continued treatment at the end of the school year, I will assist in making appropriate referrals for outside community services. I am so happy to be at Palm Pointe working with such fantastic students and staff, and I am looking forward to another great year.
The mission of Palm Pointe School Counseling Department is to provide a developmental and systematic comprehensive program that ensures academics, personal, social, and career development and achievement for all students. Our program is proactive and preventative in its focus and enhances the learning process by assisting students in acquiring critical skills for lifelong learning and success. It is developed according to the professional standards and appropriate models of best practices in the counseling field as an integral part of education. The students at Palm Pointe Educational Research School are high-achieving learners who graduate well prepared to meet the challenges ahead. All of the students participate in a rigorous curriculum and experience opportunities for personal growth and are prepared for college and future careers. The comprehensive school counseling program at Palm Pointe assists in facilitating a partnership between the school, family, and community. The students achieve their fullest potential as lifelong learners and productive citizens within our school and community. Counselor contact is open to all students, parents, and staff. Our professional school counselors provide direct and indirect services that encompass individual counseling, small group, and classroom guidance, assisting with administration of standardized testing and interpretation of test scores, conducting problem-solving team intervention meetings with student orientation, consultation, and coordination.
School counselors are here to assist in many ways for students. We look out for students as they journey through their years at Palm Pointe. Just like Mr. Potato Head, we constantly are on the lookout for different ways to help our students reach success. For example, We use glasses for helping to see things a bit more clearly when needed. We use our ears to listen to feelings, problems, or anything else a student may need. We use our feet or our shoes to walk in the hallways and in classrooms to visit and check in with other students. There are many reasons a student may come to speak with a counselor. Sometimes students need to get feelings and concerns off their chest. Other times, it may be to work on a social goal they have. Our counselors meet with students individually and in small group settings to help strengthen social and emotional skills. Here, there are a few examples of scenarios that would be best addressed by counselors or deans. School counselors help students learn to regulate emotions, adjust to changes at home, build social skills, and work in individual and group settings. The Dean's Department is set aside for behavior and discipline issues. Our departments work closely together to ensure the success of all students.
Please take the following steps if you have a concern for your child. Step 1. If you have an academic, behavioral, or other concern, reach out to your child's teacher through email or phone to set up a parent-teacher conference. Step 2. Have a plan at the conclusion of the conference. If follow-up is needed, schedule a future meeting date. Give it time for the plan to work. Change takes time. Step 3. Once an adequate amount of time has passed, if you continue to have concerns, request a problem-solving team, often referred to as PST meeting, through your child's teacher or counselor. In step 4, you're an important and valued part in the PST process. Please arrive with any additional documentation that'll help us support your child. The meeting concludes with the team recommendations and next steps.
Thank you so much for following along with this presentation. At this time, we would like to pause for a mindfulness moment. Hi, and thank you for joining me here today for our mindfulness moment. Sometimes throughout the day, we might hear a lot of things, see a lot of things, and we might start to feel overwhelmed. And the great thing is we're in control of our bodies and can relax it. So if you can go ahead and sit back, make yourself comfortable. You are welcome to stare down at the tip of your nose or even close your eyes, whatever feels best to you. We're going to do some 5-finger breaths today, so go ahead and put your hand up. Beautiful. Put your other hand at the base of your thumb, and when we go up, we take a deep breath in, and when we go down, we blow the air out. We're going to do that 2 times. Okay, ready? Let's take a deep breath in. And blow it out. Nice breath in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Want to try that one more time? Okay, go ahead and put your finger at the base of your thumb. Big breath in. Big breath in, out, in, in, in. Beautiful job. Thank you so much for joining me for our mindfulness moment. We will now review social and emotional learning. What is social and emotional learning? It is an integral part of education and human development. Why is social and emotional learning important? Social and emotional learning is important because it advances educational equity through authentic school-family community partnerships. Social and emotional learning empowers young people and adults to co-create thriving schools and contribute to safe, healthy, and just communities.
So why is SEL important in education? And why would a school focus on SEL at all? Research shows that academics are tied to social emotional learning. 83% of students surveyed made academic gains when participating in an SEL program with an academic component. The average gains on standardized tests was 11%, and GPA increased by 11% for students participating in an SEL program. SEL also improves students' behavior and attitude towards school and helps prevent substance abuse. According to CASEL, the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, the leading educational group on SEL, Social-emotional learning is the process through which all young people and adults acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, and achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible and caring decisions. There are 5 core competencies all students should learn: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Each month, St. Lucie County Schools celebrate a unique SEL theme. As you can see, August starts the school year with citizenship, and we continue celebrating with a new theme all the way through July. In November, the theme was diversity and inclusion. Each month at Palm Pointe, all students participate in a school-wide SEL activity that celebrates the SEL theme of the month. October's theme was empathy, and students completed an activity called Stand in My Shoes, where they described what empathy means to them and how they can show empathy to others. During the month of November, diversity and inclusion were celebrated by students completing a quilt square to display their uniqueness while learning to embrace diversity among each other. The squares were put together to form one large class quilt. Each classroom develops their own harmony goals, which are behaviors, attitudes, or values that the class decides to focus on as a group. In one example here, Mrs. Van Allen's class decided to treat others the way you want to be treated. Each class member makes a commitment to this goal. During morning meetup or community circle time, the teacher facilitates a conversation with the class to assess how they're progressing towards their goal or ways to improve. Here, you can also see examples of harmony goals from around our campus. Classes also create buddy boards where students are paired with another student for the week to share, connect, and collaborate. The buddy boards rotate weekly, so each student has had a chance to work with all other students in class by the end of the year. During community circles, teachers display a PowerPoint that walks them through an emotions check-in, and students hold up a number 1 through 5 that corresponds with the feelings on the board. Students volunteer to share aloud how they feel, with support and possible problem solving for anyone with a lower feelings rating. Here we can see this example from Ms. Garcia Herrera's class. The community circle is a fundamental way to practice and engage in social emotional learning. It starts each day with a greeting, followed by an emotions check-in, as discussed in the previous slide, and moves on to sharing and responding and harmony goal discussion. Let's watch a community circle in action from Mrs. Davis's 4th grade class.
All right, guys, good morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Davis.
All right, so as you guys know, today is November 17th. Our month theme is diversity and inclusion. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So get ready. We're going to greet the person next to you by giving each person an air high five. So turn to your partner next to you and just greet them by their name and say good morning. Begin.
Good morning. Good morning. Two friends. Okay, 2 friends.
Love those air high fives, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and continue with our personal check-in. So remember, all emotions are welcomed, right? Emotions are not good or bad, but we want to make sure that we understand where we're feeling today. So again, based on our emotion chart here, we want to share out. Again, this is a personal check-in for ourselves to see how we're feeling this morning. All right? So we're going to get ready in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and raise your hands. How are we feeling this morning? Beautiful. Again, great. We've got some 5s, maybe some 2s, and that's okay. Feeling happy, confident, glad to be here. Maybe we're a little afraid or nervous this morning, right? All right, so again, if you guys want to share out how you're feeling, we can talk about that privately and move forward. All right, here we go. What is our question of the week, right? So again, we're all looking forward to Thanksgiving. We are going to share and respond with our friends. So our question of the week is, what is something for which you are thankful for? Okay? And how do you show that you are thankful? All right, so we're going to go ahead and share out. Remember, if you want to respond to your friend, then you're going to respond to what they share. All right, so let's go ahead and start with Talia.
One thing I'm thankful for is my family.
Your family, and how do you show that you're thankful for your family, Talia?
By helping them.
By helping them. Love that. All right, so make sure we want to say good morning to our friends. So we're going to share our next friend. Let's go ahead and get Kearney over here.
I'm thankful for my brother, my
You're-
little brother,
And why? How do you show that you're thankful for your brother, Kearney?
by feeding him and burping him.
That is beautiful. I love that. So again, taking that responsibility, helping your family out, and again, you're being thankful for him. I love that.
Good morning, class.
Good morning, Marco.
I'm thankful for my family, and every time they come home, I give them big hugs.
Oh, I love that. Beautiful. Raise your hand if you give your family big hugs. All right, let's give each other an air hug. Ready? Air hugs. Woo! Love that. All right, guys, thank you. All right, so we're going to check in with our harmony goals. So we're going to do a self-check-in. Okay, so take a look at the screen, right? We've all discussed our harmony goals. You all have signed it. What is an example of how you have behaved in a way that is helpful to others in our class? So that's going to tie into our Wednesday shout-outs, right? What is one way that you have behaved that is helpful to others in our class? Okay, so again, if you take a look at our harmony goals, one of our harmony goals is to help each other. So what are some ways that we are showing each other that we are helping each other? All right, let's hear from someone we haven't heard from. Zoe?
I help people in my class by if they're having trouble with something or if they're stuck on something, I'll help them out or teach them a different strategy.
Yes, I love that, Zoe, and you definitely do that, so great job. I appreciate that. All right, what are some other ways that we are helpful to our classmates? We're going to take it over here to Joella.
And sometimes Talia needs help, I help her, and sometimes if I need help, Talia helps me.
Beautiful. So you work with Talia, she helps you out, and you guys get your work done together. I love that. All right, we're going to move on to our Wednesday shout-outs. Woo! All right, Wednesday shout-outs. Our first shout-out, I love this. This is going to go to Anna from Chloe. Dear Anna, when I met you in second grade, I thought you were funny, and you will make me laugh so hard until I cry. You are still funny. All right, I love this. Love your friend, Chloe. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and give this to Anna. All right. Love this. This is from Zoe to Trayshawn. Trayshawn is a kind friend. He is welcoming to all students, and he is a great friend. He is always on task and is a true example of kindness. Beautiful. Give it up for Trayshawn. Love that. All right, boys and girls, thank you for these beautiful shout-outs. Again, we will do this every Wednesday as we always do. But remember, mix it up. Pick on another friend that is doing a great job and showing kindness each week. All right, we're going to go ahead and finish up. Okay, so real quick, we're just going to do a turn and talk, okay? Turn and talk. What is something you have learned from someone close to you? Right? So this is just our quick connection where we get to talk to the person next to each other. What is something you have learned from someone that's close to you? And that means, no, not close to you, right? Someone maybe in your family, or maybe a friend that's on a sports team with you, someone in your surroundings, in your environment that's close to you, okay? So we're going to start, the person with the shortest hair is going to share first. So if everybody could turn into the partner next to them. All right, and the person with the shorter hair, what is something you have learned from someone else? You may begin talking.
I have learned that, like, how to cook stuff because she taught me, like, and she also taught me how to make brownies.
I've learned how to accept people because Dana, she put on videos and like and Colton you taught me like how to have fun.
All right, 1, 2, 3, all eyes are on me.
4, 5, 6, our eyes are fixed.
Are they fixed?
Yes, they are.
All right, beautiful. Is there anyone that wants to share out what their peers shared? What is something that they've learned from someone that's close to them? Okay, we'll start with Owen.
One thing that I learned was that my mom and dad and other family members helped me with my schoolwork.
So you learned that they're really good with schoolwork that you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Owen, for sharing. Declan.
Kearney said that he learned how to play basketball from his dad.
Uncle, yeah.
Yes, uncle.
Yeah, that was really cool. I got to chime in on that. So Kearney's uncle taught him how to play basketball. Good. So again, we can learn from each other, guys, and learn, again, about each other through just communicating and leadership. All right, so we're going to go ahead and head back to our seats. I'm going to call you back to your seats. If you are wearing a white shirt today, you may walk quietly back to your seats. Great job today, guys. Give each other a round of applause.
So now we will review the social and emotional curriculum here at Palm Pointe. Here at Palm Pointe, our elementary students engage in daily meetups and Harmony Goal Circles. They participate in weekly buddy ups, which encourages strong communication skills, such as sharing and listening to each other. They receive weekly lessons on varying topics. Typically, it includes a book with supplemental activities which go along with each of the topics. Palm Pointe also utilizes Safer, Smarter Kids, which is an abuse prevention education curriculum. We also utilize Suite 360. Suite 360 meets the needs of instruction for substance use and abuse health education, mental and emotional health education, and child trafficking prevention education.
In grades 6 through 8, students utilize the Lions Quest curriculum to help build social and emotional learning throughout the school year. Teachers take a class period to review various lessons that relate to service, drug and alcohol awareness, character education, and anti-bullying. The skills they learn within these lessons help students to develop skills for outside of the classroom. All middle school classrooms also participate in a daily community building circle. Students participate in a morning meetup or community circle each day. During this time, they have questions of the day, temperature checks where they show how they are feeling, and take time to check in with one another. Ask your child their favorite part of their meetup. Have them ask you the questions they went over that day. Talk about different ways you can apply the skills they are learning during circles at home.
Many parents and caring adults wonder how to help children manage the anxiety and stress that comes with COVID. First, provide just enough information so kids understand without creating fear. Sometimes limiting your own exposure to the news can help. Talk to your children and ask what they're thinking or feeling. Help them express themselves in creative ways. Remind kids that they are safe and you'll do everything you can to keep them safe. Discuss safety measures taken at home, school, and community. And remember to practice your own self-care and teach your child coping skills such as deep breathing, listening to music, or getting outdoors in nature. Here, you can check out further links to parent resources for more information.
Ways to help anxiety relating to testing. Almost everyone experiences a bit of anxiety prior to a test, and this can be a good thing when it prompts us to prepare and study for the exam. However, this anxiety can become debilitating for some people and can actually cause physical and emotional symptoms. Some of the physical symptoms include headaches, nausea, lightheadedness, and shortness of breath. Emotional symptoms may include fear, feelings of helplessness, negative thinking, and self-doubt. Here are some things you can do to relieve debilitating test anxiety. Remember that some anxiety is a good thing. We just need to learn how to minimize it and put it to good use. Number 1, be prepared. Make sure you give yourself ample time to study. Cramming for a test the night before can amplify the anxiety and make it worse. Number 2, get a good night's sleep. As previously mentioned, do not cram for the test the night before. Waiting until the last minute to study can exacerbate your anxiety and will likely make it more difficult to not only fall asleep but stay asleep. Number 3, eat a healthy breakfast. Eating breakfast not only kickstarts your metabolism, it also improves your ability to focus. Number 4, think positive. Think of a happy memory before you begin the test or tell yourself, I am prepared for this. I will try my best. I can do this. Number 5, read carefully. Make sure you read the directions carefully. Does the question ask you to choose the best answer or to choose all possible answers? Number 6, get started. Staring at a blank page can make your anxiety grow. Once you have read the directions carefully, start an outline for your essay or answer a few questions that you are certain you know. Number 7, don't pay attention to anyone else. Yes, it can be distracting to see other students moving through the test more quickly than you, but don't let it get to you. What they may or may not know does not matter. Focus on yourself and what you know. Number 8, focus on calm breathing. Want to slow down your racing heart? Need to refocus on that test? Utilize deep breathing techniques to slow down your brain and your heart. The act of concentrating on your breathing can actually reduce your anxiety. Overall, one of the most important things to remember is that having some anxiety is normal and can be a good thing. If we didn't have anxiety, we might not be motivated to study and try our best. If, after all of your preparation, you don't do as well as expected, remind yourself that there may be some roadblocks along the way, and one bad test grade does not mean that there isn't room for improvement in the future. Teaching your child how to be a good friend. Choose kindness. It is that simple. Use kind words, smile, be empathetic, practice random acts of kindness, and look to see if someone is in need of a friend. Be inclusive. It is okay to be different. Accept and respect differences in one another. Be there. Share not only moments of joy and happiness with each other, but also be a source of comfort when a friend is having a bad day. Be loyal. Stand up for your friends. One of the bravest and kindest things you can do for a friend is to stick up for them if they are being picked on. Establish healthy boundaries. Help children understand that a good friend is kind, loyal, and will not pressure someone to do anything they are uncomfortable with. Conflict is normal. Help children recognize that friendships are not perfect. Friends experience conflict at times, and it is perfectly normal. One of the most powerful things you can do when you are having a problem with someone is to talk it out with them. The key to being a good friend and keeping good friends is kindness. Teaching your child how to manage emotions. We all have feelings. Some of our feelings are comfortable, such as excitement, joy, contentment, and confidence, just to name a few. Some of our feelings are uncomfortable, such as anger, disappointment, anxiety, and embarrassment. All feelings are normal, and our feelings do serve a purpose. Even an uncomfortable feeling like anxiety can serve a purpose. For example, anxiety can jolt us into finishing a task or warn us of danger. When not dealt with, anxiety can also interfere with our daily lives. Because of this, we need to learn how to handle our uncomfortable feelings. We live in a stressful world, and those uncomfortable feelings may visit us now more than ever before. It is very important to learn coping skills that we can use when those uncomfortable feelings pay us a visit. When working with children, we may need to do a little detective work before we can learn and implement these skills. The first step is identifying triggers. A good starting point is to help your child identify the triggers to those uncomfortable feelings. It sounds easy, but sometimes kids don't understand why they feel the way they do. Next, help kids identify where they experience the uncomfortable feelings in their body. This can be useful because when they recognize the physical sensations in their bodies, they can catch the feelings before they get out of control. Next, explore the anger iceberg. One way to help children understand their anger is to figure out what the emotions are being covered up by the anger. This can be referred to as the anger iceberg. Anger tends to be easy to see, but under the surface, there may be numerous other emotions. Anger is often the secondary emotion that is fueled by the emotions under the surface. Helping your child name the primary emotion will help you both figure out healthy ways to deal with the uncomfortable feelings both above and below the surface. Next, identify and practice coping skills. There are so many to choose from. Brainstorm with your child to find out which skills will work best for them. And last, use a feelings thermometer. A feeling thermometer can help your child make a connection between their feelings and coping skills. Big emotions can be uncomfortable, and they can be controllable with a little practice. It is okay to feel angry and disappointed. What matters is how you deal with and work through those uncomfortable feelings.
Here again is our school counselor's contact information for your reference. If you'd like additional resources to support your child, please see the links below the presentation.
Thank you for joining us for our third Classroom Companion installment. As always, we want to hear from you and ask that you please complete our brief survey to provide feedback, ask questions, or submit ideas related to our next topic. Access the survey by scanning this QR code with your phone or by clicking on the link emailed to you by your child's teacher. Thank you again.